she tells the story to us, the PB Heffelfingers, when she said she's not going to go. And my grandfather, PB, went by himself, and she stayed separately. And so
Well,
she really said, I'm not going to that Sunday lunch anymore.
if you think we have political controversy now, you can imagine pre-World War II with the new bills, Social Security, all these things going on. And I remember sitting down at the far end of the table here, and then we get bored, all us kids, we go under and crawl around and pinch everyone's knees. But I can remember Granddad and his sisters and brothers, Pudge would be there often, pounding the table and God damn it, Frank, sort of swearing at FDR, and about the war and what's happening and the different policies that were being made, and the tax that we had no income tax, back in the Social Security didn't exist. So all of these political things were going through. And Granddad, I can still see Granddad with a cane smashing it down and swearing at Roosevelt, rightly or wrongly. My father was very gently named the two outhouses in Monackey, Franklin and Eleanor, which tells us, it was a political, that's probably a lot of what she was talking about. And it was very, very controversial among that generation. And having to give up your day.
So Brad was obviously more liberal, but could you talk about Pudge?
Pudge was very, very famous. He really didn't do an awful lot other than football. He was a county commissioner. He was just a great big love guy. Married to Aunt Grace, lived in Blessing, Texas. They had 3 children. He was in Minneapolis a lot, and she came up occasionally. But I love the story. Granddad was second. He was older or younger? Yeah, he was second. Pudge was the oldest.
I don't know. I
think Pudge was the oldest, and he went to Yale, and then they ran out of money, so. Granddad never went to college. He had to go work for the shoe company. So he really became the business success instead of Pudge. And Granddad had a heart attack long before he died. He had a heart attack, and forgetting Herman, drove himself to the hospital, recovered, but he turned to Mary, Aunt Mai, his daughter, and said, I quote, "God damn it, Mary, if I die and paper says Pudge Heffelfinger's brother dies, I'm going to come back and haunt you."
I know that. Oh yeah, that story is big in my family.
So that's it. But he was a big love. We all knew him very, very well.
And but you're all aware he was this very famous.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, he went out to Blake School when Frank, Pete, and Mark were all playing, and he scrimmaged with all 3. They were on the varsity. They were juniors and seniors in high school, and he knocked them all flat.
He was the longest-serving Hennepin County Commissioner in the history of Hennepin County.
Yeah.
The majority of which he was the chairman of the board. They've still got his picture and all of his history on the Hennepin County board is sitting in Minneapolis City Hall on 2nd floor. He was chairman of the board at Hennepin County the last time Hennepin County was in debt prior to 1976. And that's because Pudge and the board he chaired made the decision to build the Mendota Bridge, which is right by the airport now.
But he died in 54.
Yeah, but he was, this is after,
Yeah,
between the wars, right through the wars.
Okay.
He was on that board for
he was.
easily 25, 30 years.
Pudge's daughter, Nancy, who was a spinster but was one of the funniest people that ever lived, told me that they were all going to church one day in their Model T. And somehow he got it in the wrong gear and they ended up in the flower bed. and he was yanking on the shift mechanism, and she said he pulled the whole transmission up through the wooden floor of the Model T, and that was the end of the church expedition.
He was a great big love. He really was a great
Why,
big love.
and when did he go to Texas?
I think that, I guess when he was married, he married a gal from Blessing, Texas.
Oh, and they went
So
out
they
to
had a house,
Texas,
and
yeah.
then they would rent a house on Ferndale.
Yeah,
So, but he was, I guess with his job, he was up here a lot. And,
Yeah.
and she came sometimes.
yeah. When we proposed this gathering, I asked my other co-organizers, you know, what about, you know, should we take it back a generation to Peavey